During the last 2-3 months, the global carbon emission has come down. It is a good news. Or is it a good enough news? Or is it not such a good news? Maybe it is not such a good news also. We all have led a lifestyle of sustainable living, but this has been a lifestyle of forced on us by coronavirus. It has not been a lifestyle of choice, which means post-corona times we all may get back to the business as usual lifestyle, and many experts have spoken about it. So let us see whether we can convert this lifestyle of force into a lifestyle of choice. Then that will be good news. If we can live a sustainable life by choice. Economics. Experts have been saying there have been big loss. Is it really so? There has not been much money in the market, which has made a lot of poor people suffer, and definitely all our sympathies have to be with them. But money which could have been spent in the last 2 months, 3 months has not been spent. So there is saving. Also, because that money which would have been spent on goods and products and services was not spent, all that resource which would have got consumed and of course wasted as well has not been consumed. So during the last 2, 3, 4 months there has been massive saving on Earth's resources. Also look at from another perspective of how we have led the life. No flights, no hotels, no seminars, no family holidays, and no many other things. We have lived fairly happily. From another perspective, most of us, because of lockdown, have lived within our houses, within our locality, within our neighborhood. After all, that's how all our senior generations lived. Or in India, most villages have been living so even now. Lockdown did not make any effect for thousands of Indian villages. They lived the way they have been living within their local contexts. So we have many lessons to learn from the corona times. And all that now we have to do is see whether we can convert that lifestyle which was forced on us into a lifestyle which we choose to live with. What happens when we don't spend? Of course we save the money, but then we still spend on the essentials. Where we did not spend were on what were possibly not the essentials. In other words, we were all living the life of not spending as if we are misers. But we are not misers, we know that. We are not misers. So we got to live the life of a deliberate miser. Not for the sake of saving any more money, but for the sake of saving resources. And ensure there will be lesser greenhouse gas emission happening on this earth. Can we all be deliberate misers? Another lesson. Do we really need to be flying all over the world, staying in all kinds of star hotels, buying all kinds of branded goods? Do we really need to do that to lead a happy life? Maybe not. So can we lead a local life? What Helena Hodge has been trying to promote. Not because we are not capable of. We are capable, of course. But can we lead such a life? Because we need to lead such a life to ensure localization as a movement becomes, and the globalization which is consuming so much of the earth resources can be questioned, and we can say once again on the resources and go back to the days where people lived within a locality, happy life. Travel of course, but travel locally. We know what positive effects the lockdowns have affected on many nations and the world over, varying degrees of course. But friends, the lockdown cannot be permanent. But can we create a permanency of the positive effects of the so-called lockdown? Not by permanent lockdown, but by permanent slowdown. Can we permanently slow down? There are many intellectuals who have been speaking about it. Many people have attempted it. So these are doable. They are not utopias. They are doable, already proven. It's just that we people, all of us, have to choose to slow down. We have to impose a lockdown on ourselves. And then this sustainable lifestyle, which happened in the last 2.5 months by force, can happen by choice. And the permanent slowdown can mitigate the climate change. It can slow down the climate change.